What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Extra Innings Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Rodriguez, and we're back today with another episode. This is actually my 50th episode, believe it or not. 50. But I guess you're recording these 5 days a week. They're going to rack up pretty quick. So, so we're here today. We're going to talk about another weekend, another great weekend of baseball. Some interesting topics, some cool things that happen, some things that are not so cool, but that's part of baseball, right? So, my first topic of conversation today is actually about Dallas Keuchel. If you haven't heard that name in a while, I don't blame you. I hadn't heard it in a while. But I saw a hold on, let me search this real quick. I saw a headline on like Saturday, and I thought it was a joke. Because sometimes you see stuff on Instagram and you're like, ain't no way, right? Not right. And turns out it was actually real. So if you haven't forgot the name Dallas Keuchel was part of the original, like that Astros team that really kind of kickstarted their success from 2016 and to where we are today. Obviously not still on the team. But he was good back in the day, man. Cy Young winner. I mean, he was an all-star, awesome pitcher, crafty lefty, didn't really throw that hard, wasn't going to overpower you, but had a lot of good movement, a lot of late break on his balls, which made him super effective. But the story is kind of flipped now. Dallas Keuchel's kind of bounced around after that success with the Astros, hasn't really been the same guy, really just lackluster on the mound, and he's been with the Twins, he's been with the White Sox, he's really bounced around all over the place and has lately spent time apparently with the Mariners. But that has now changed, and Dallas Keuchel has been traded from the Mariners, he's played the minors all year, from the Mariners to now Milwaukee. Yeah, so he was traded to Milwaukee, and what made this whole thing a big deal wasn't even because he went, was he was traded and he's a minor league guy, but used to have success. No, he was traded for $1. Yeah, I don't quite know how that's possible. It just says, the article literally says that he was literally traded over for $1. So the Brewers are like, hey, we want this guy, and the Mariners are like, take him, we don't want him. You could have him. And they're like, well, how much? $1. Okay, sure, $1. That's kind of insane. But Keuchel says he's worked through some stuff. He's kind of, had a lot of poor performance, some health stuff, and he knows that he's still got some years left in him. I guess he's 36. He's 7-4 with a 3.93 ERA and 13 starts to the Mariners AAA. So it's not bad. But 3.93 in AAA is not necessarily good. I mean, it's not like we're gonna like jump to put you in the big leagues at a 3.93, 7-4 in AAA. But the Brewers are needing some pitching really bad, obviously, if they're going through this step to get this guy. So, I mean, yeah, he had a 2.9 record with a 9.20 ERA with 3 different teams in 2022. Then last year he was with the Twins. But he says this stuff is as crisp as it's been, though. His first outing, apparently he's already pitched against the Rangers on 6/26. So he's already in the big league. So he went from not even touching the big league mound with the Mariners to now he's pitching again with the Brewers. So, but he had his first outing on 6/26, which was, when was that? That was, God, it's July 1st. That's fucking insane. Last Wednesday. And he went 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, and 1 walk with 4 strikeouts. So not great. Not a great start for Dallas Keuchel, but wish him nothing but the best. The $1 thing was just, that was insane. That was ridiculous. In a more positive news, so Wyatt Langford, if you haven't heard the name Wyatt Langford, you better hear it. He's a rookie this year for the Texas Rangers, drafted out of Florida. I think it was last year. Let me see. Drafted in 2023. Yeah, so he got drafted last year, 4th overall pick to the Rangers. Another guy who had a quick turnaround. Lately, I've been noticing a lot of these high tier like guys from like these big SEC schools. They're like ready out the gate, man. Like some of these guys don't skip a beat. Like Paul Skeens is one. This guy, obviously another drafted last year, already in the big leagues, like solidified himself in the big leagues. Not like I'm up and down. So there's been quite a few guys that have really just like are ready to go. Like it's no question. They come out the gate ready. And Wyatt Langford has kind of been one of those guys. This is his first year in the big leagues. Obviously, didn't necessarily need him last year, so smart probably keeping him down. They were a strong team last year. Obviously, this year's a little bit different. They got some missing pieces, lots and lots of injuries. So it made sense that they're going to call this guy up and he's ready to go. He made it out the gate from spring training, and he's been with the club since day one. So, but hitting for the cycle is a feat in itself, dude. Like, that is something that, like, what the fuck? This dude's 22 years old and he already hit for the cycle. 6', 225. He's a fucking monster. This year, he's got 4 home runs, 58 hits, and 223 at bats, batting 260 with a 712 OPS. So this dude's pretty fucking legit. I mean, god dang. Have a rookie year. But Wyatt Langford, if you haven't heard that name, I'd keep watch out for it, because like I said, this guy's a stud. Day in and day out, I've been a fan of his. He's been dealing with a couple injuries this year. I think maybe 1 or 2. I think it was just 1 injury, actually, now that I'm talking about it. But Wyatt Langford, man, hitting for the cycle in your rookie year is impressive. Any way you split it. And that was a big thing that happened this year. But next thing I want to talk about, besides the fact that Tristan McKenzie got optioned, which he was a big guy for them these last couple of years, and he's been, this big slender man looking guy up there throwing, going through a lot of issues this year. Apparently, I mean, he's had some problems. Tristan McKenzie. I want to see his stats, because like I said, the Guardians have had some issues this year. They're still a strong team, but he hasn't really been there, and he was kind of their guy for a while behind Shane Bieber. Obviously, Bieber's down. Yeah, 5. So McKenzie, let's show this. So just for record, so last year, 2023, he dealt with some shit. Only pitched 16 innings, but in 2022, I mean, he had a 2.96 ERA in 191 innings. So he was a workhorse, man, an absolute workhorse. Off year in 2021, and then in 2020 he had a 3.24. But obviously 2022 was his year, 11-11. Then last year was dealing with some shit. Only pitched 16 innings, and then this year he's at 75 innings with a 5.11 ERA. Yeah, not so good. But this year so far, 5.11, 16 games pitched. He's 3-5. With Cleveland as good as they are, that's not very good. So that's very indicative that there's something going on. They want him to see if he can fix it out in AAA. We're gonna see. That's one news. I was like, dang, man, that sucks. But they did announce the new Homerun Derby rules yesterday, and it's gonna be interesting. I know they already announced that Gunnar Henderson for sure is going to participate, so that's cool. It's going to be interesting. The Homerun Derby is always fun, and they've been kind of trying to find a median for it lately. I know they've been switching up the rules, which desperately it needed. It needed to be timed, because sometimes these things can take. I remember I went to the All-Star game in 2008 when Josh Hamilton broke that record at old Yankee Stadium. It was let's just say some of these guys do something like that, like they want to hit 40 fucking home runs in one round. You're gonna be there for a while. It's gonna take a long time, and a lot of times people fizzle out as it goes on. People they run out of gas watching it, and I think it was smart to put it on a time schedule, like they have X amount of time. It makes it a little bit harder, a little bit more challenging. It gasses you faster, so it makes sense. But here are the new rules. I haven't looked at these yet, by the way. I know that they posted them. I didn't want to look at them. Didn't want to talk about them. Here we go. So the new rules are first round and semifinals. So you get 3 minutes, 40 pitches, 1 timeout, 3 bonus outs. Every swing is home run or out. Oh, okay. I thought that was what the Homerun Derby was. You either hit it out, or it's not. 425 plus home run and bonus period earns 4th bonus out. And in the finals, you get 2 minutes, 27 pitches, or 1 timeout. Same bonus rules apply. Okay, yeah, that's so a pitch limit and a time limit. So is it whichever comes first? Jesus. Everyone wants to go back to 10 outs. You can't just do the 10 outs, because it's going to take way too long. That's the only thing, though. If time wasn't an issue, give them 10 outs. But I think that time is an issue for television, which sucks, because this is all coming down to something outside of the actual event itself. This is all for money and viewing purposes, I think, honestly. Yeah, this seems a little bit too controlled. This seems like, okay, you're going to get 40 pitches, 1 timeout, or 3 minutes. Why put a pitch count? Just give them 3 minutes. Doesn't matter how many if they want to rapid fire, let them rapid fire. I'm not sure why we're doing this. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm going to have to keep kind of digging into the comments. What are some of the comments saying? Let's see what the comments are saying. How are you going to have a pitch limit and a time limit? Makes no sense. Go back to 10 outs. Just go back to 10. Everyone wants the 10 outs. Give me back the old days with no timer. Watch guys hit moonshots into the night for hours on end. Yeah. Mister was time to actually admire each home run. Yeah, that would have been cool. That was cool. Everyone wants back to 10 outs, apparently. Why is there a pitch limit and time limit? No one understands. Yeah, this is way too complicated. Yeah, everyone's bizarre how complicated they made it since the days of 10 outs. Yeah, I think true. I mean, last year was okay. I think the time limit was perfect. Time limit was good. Why are you going to put a pitch count? So now you can't throw. So now if it's a bad pitch, they only get that counts against them. So now the BP thrower can't just be like focusing on BP. They got to be focused on throwing a perfect pitch every single time because now not only are you timed, now you only have a certain amount of pitches to play with. So that's shitty. So if your BP thrower is your dad and your dad hasn't thrown BP to you since, I don't know, last year, like he's got to be on point. He better be practicing now. That's just so stupid, man. It takes away the fun of it. I'm all for rules and speed lining it because yes, I think the 10 outs is fun. I think the 10 outs is cool. It was, it's a lot easier going to watch. It's not like so pressed. You can hit it and admire it and watch it. There's more to the show. But at the same time, the length of it. I mean, come on, because guys are going to take their sweet ass time. You got their kids walking up to give them all this stuff that's going on the sidelines, guys making a show. Like, it's a whole event, and I get it. But I guess for time purposes, I was totally cool with the time limit. And then they want to do time limit and pitch count. So it's like they want to just keep making it shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Like, what the hell is the point of that? Let's have 10 guys hit home runs then, and then call it whoever hits the most out of the first round. I mean, I don't know how else you could make it more simple. They're making it way too complicated. Anyway, back to baseball news. That we'll talk about the Homerun Derby, and I'm sure there'll be more about that as we get closer to the All-Star week. But Jose Altuve was actually thrown out yesterday, which was super uncharacteristic. I've like, holy shit! How many times has Jose Altuve? Let me Google this. How many times has Altuve been ejected? Yeah. Okay. So Jose Altuve, I guess I looked it up because I've never seen him ejected. Never seen it. He's a very calm, collected player most of the time. Seems like he's pretty friendly out there. He's always playing with a happy, kind of different kind of mentality. And then yesterday, he gets hit. He gets plunked at the plate. Umpires come together, rule that he didn't actually get hit, and he just went berserk. He lost it, which the Astros have been struggling this year. That's not a secret. What are the Astros? Let's see. How have the Astros been playing? Let's see. So the Astros, as of late, last couple of games. I just want to kind of see where they're at because that could kind of go against my argument or my reasoning that I have here. God, my internet's been really dog shit lately. I don't know what's going on. All right. So loss, win. So they took 2 out of 3 from the Mets. They won 2 from the Rockies, swept the Orioles, took the series from the White Sox. So they've been playing good ball. What is... I guess Altuve maybe had, honestly, okay. Sometimes guys just have the days, man. Just one of those days, right? So, I mean, he may have just been upset going into this. Call didn't go his way and he lost his shit. The Astros have had a somewhat frustrating year, to be honest. It's been tough. It hasn't been tough for Altuve, though, which is strange because Altuve has been performing just like he does year in and year out. But, yeah, super uncharacteristic. Jose Altuve getting tossed yesterday. He just lost his shit. Weird to see. But, hey, like I said, these guys are humans. They're passionate. It happens. I mean, shit, you had Aaron Judge get tossed for the first time in his career, and he's a captain, which is like not supposed to happen. So sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it's just one of those things, man. I think these guys play with a lot of emotion, and that's a good thing. It keeps the game fun. It keeps it entertaining. So can't really say much about it other than that. I mean, Jose Altuve is a stud, dude. I mean, he's a good player. He's a good ball player. Damn. And then one thing that was a little bit down. Let's see what we have. Brian Reynolds. If you haven't heard Brian Reynolds, he plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had a 25-game streak going into yesterday, and it finally died. It finally went away. It sucks, though. Damn. 25 games is something, though. 25 games. A 25-game hit streak is insane. Like, to do that. And to come from a guy that, like, he kind of came out of nowhere. Obviously, I hate saying that because a lot of times, and I hate saying it because these guys don't come out of nowhere. This is a long process to get to this point to play in the big leagues. So I say come out of nowhere, but he's just been one of those sleeper guys, man. But yeah, Atlanta killed the hit streak, unfortunately. But 25 games, dude, that's fucking impressive. 25-game hit streak is impressive. But I want to see if there's anything else that happened this weekend besides that. I feel like this weekend was not lackluster, but just like not like anything really crazy going on. Let's see what else we have here. So that was the other thing. So I wanted to talk about this. So pitchers, Luis Hill was a favorite to win the Cy Young this past year. He kind of filled in for Garrett Cole while Garrett Cole was out. and was leading for a while in ERA and pretty much every pitching stat, then just kind of fell off these last couple starts. These last 2 starts, he's been hit around. Well, Ranger Suarez was holding a league best ERA yesterday at 1.83, and he got knocked around a little bit yesterday, which is crazy to see. Like, got four and 2/3, 6 earned runs, 9 hits, 2 walks, no strikeouts. So, that's the thing about baseball, guys, is like you think you have baseball in the palm of your hand. You're like, I've got this. I feel my shit. I'm feeling really good all year. I've just been nails. There's always going to be that point where baseball is like the most humbling sport because you'll never fully. Shohei is a different story at this point, but like most ball players, you'll never get a firm grip on it. It's always moving. It's always humbling. You can never feel like you're at the top because shit like this is going to happen no matter how good you've been, no matter how well you've played all year. Shit like this can happen at any moment. And that's what makes baseball great, is that it can turn on you in 5 seconds, and it's humbling. That's what makes baseball so fun. So Ranger Suarez got hit around yesterday, but there's a lot of also a lot of great pitching performances. You had Taz Bradley, 5 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, 11 strikeouts. What the hell? Yeah, Corey Seager was left the game the past week, and that was something. Zach Gallen, his first time back after dealing with his injury, was absolutely dominant. 1 hit in 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. Stud. Paul Skeens, another performance this past weekend. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts. I mean, shit. It's impressive. It's impressive. But that's the other thing. Another pitching performance, a guy who's dominated all year long. Right next to Ranger Suarez is Tanner Houck, who got lit up on Saturday. 4 1/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 strikeouts. Baseball will humble you, boy. Let me tell you. And that is the truth of it right there. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening. We had a lot of different stuff to talk about today. Be sure to follow us on socials. We'll have a lot more content on there. I'm going to be making videos and posting on there as well. So be sure to follow us on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. Yeah, lots of stuff happening, guys. This is my 50th episode. So we're going to keep this rolling, man. I'm having a blast doing these. It's fun. But yeah, we will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for listening. I know one more thing before. I've been slacking on the breakdowns. There just hasn't been a whole lot, but I'm sure I'll break down this Jose Altuve one. That's something that's interesting. We're going to talk about that. I'll probably have that up tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But again, guys, thanks for listening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.